Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back for another player interview today. Today, I'm going to be interviewing a 6'1" sophomore guard out of Indian River State College that is moving on to the Division I level next year with Stephen F. Austin in the WAC. A phenomenal team. He's a phenomenal player. I'm talking about AJ Cajuste. This guy's an absolute bucket getter for Indian River this past season. He earned first team All-American honors at the NJCAA level, helping them to the number 2 spot in the national rankings throughout most of the season. And I mean, he's just a great guy. He's a great player, and I can't wait to have him on here and ask him some more questions.
What's up?
What's going on, AJ? How's it going, man?
Nothing much. I'm good. You?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Man. I talked about a little bit before I got to see you in person when you played in River, when you guys were back here in Fort Myers there. Absolute bucket getter, man. Against us, you went off for had 6 assists. Of course, you have your career high on my team, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, nah, you good.
You had an amazing season overall. I mean, you had 20 points a game, 5 rebounds per night,
Yeah,
first All-American. Last season you really came off the bench behind Linton Brown and some of those other players that moved on to the Division I level.
yeah.
What did you really do in the offseason throughout the really help progress and get to the point you're at now?
With my coach and one of my trainers, we worked a lot on getting more comfortable and making the right reads and stuff. We worked on my pull up a lot too, and then I think my biggest thing was the weight room. I put on like 10 pounds, and then I came into the season, so that helped pretty much a lot too. And then my coach instilling that trust in me to go out there and play 40 every game. So kind of like I was just comfortable on the court throughout every game.
Yeah, you really seem to help lead the team a lot at that point. Losing Brown, who's a venture now, he was an All-American last year, help lead you guys. What was it like his role at the season?
Uh, with him, I think we all came in together as freshmen, so we kind of just learned from each other and stuff like that. So like I think over the years we were there, we were just we battled a lot and stuff like that. So like the mindset we had, like one of our teammates had Trail mindset he had passed down to him, and then they just passed down on to me too. So I think that helped a lot for this year.
And you helped lead your team alongside great players in Pierre. You guys have a great squad. I said
Yeah,
number 2 in the national rankings. That's incredible. You guys were up top 5 throughout the whole season.
yeah.
Overall, I mean, you guys were 28-5, made it to the national tournament in Hutchinson. Talk to me about the progression, for you guys throughout the whole season. What really helped you guys become successful?
Shoot, so I was the only one that came back from last year, so we had like 11 new guys. So like we really didn't even know how the season was gonna begin and stuff like that. Right out the gate, we had Tally, who was a pretty good team. So that was kind of like not nervous wracking, but it's like shoot, we got like you don't really know what's gonna come from the rest of the guys. So like I think after like playing that game and then battling each other in practice and stuff like that, I think that helped us a lot too. And then I think every year, no, for sure, every year I was at Indian River, we got better. So I think that progression over the year, that helped a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And this year at Indian River, you said you and Linton Brown came in as freshmen together. After the second year, he went on to the level. You decided to use your quote unquote to stay one more year. Most guys would try to move on. I remember hearing that you were talking about going to D2,
Yeah,
and you
I was.
decided to stay. So what made you make that decision to stay at the JUCO level one more season?
I had long talks with my coach and stuff like that, and one of my other coaches helped me back home. Uh, I was committed to a D2 over the summer, but I had decommitted because we just talked like all my friends went D1, so I was like, shoot, I've been competing and I was killing over the past 2 years. Like I would come off the bench, so I was killing also. So it's like I don't see why I couldn't go D1 if I didn't come back. So after I just bet on myself to come back.
Yeah, last season you didn't start a single game. This year you started every single game, and like I said, 20 points a game speaks for itself.
Yeah,
You went off. You had 33, 13 versus Georgia Highlands. Against Tallahassee in the quarterfinal of
yeah,
state tournament, you had 31 and 10 against them. Seemed like you were at the free throw line every other play, drawing fouls.
yeah.
Um, is there any games that really stick out to you this past season where you feel like you really earned that spot as an All-American, taking that next step?
Shoot, I think a lot of games. I know for sure. Northwest game, I think solidified. Uh, and then I think shoot, the all three games, or really the first two games. I say all three games at states too. I think that's solidified uh, my spot, to be honest. And then I carried my team. I wouldn't say I carried, but I helped my team. I lead my team to a conference championship for the third year, and we made it all the way to the state championship, and then got at large to go to national. So I think all that pretty much says for itself what type of player I am and like what I can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. The nights when you weren't scoring 20 plus points, which was very few, because I mean, you had 16 games where you scored 20 plus, 4 games where you scored plus. The games where you scored 20 had 10 plus, finding shooters wide around the perimeter. Guys,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, your main game yourself. I mean, you could shoot the three, but you prefer driving lane on foul. Talk to me a little bit about mindset when it comes to your style of play. What do you look to do when you're specifically on the court?
Shoot, really just like making the right reads. I feel like nobody can hold me, just based on my ball handling skills and how good of a player I am to get downhill. So I feel like if I go into the game with that mindset every game, I feel like everything speaks for itself. I'm good at creating for my teammates too, and my coach does a good job around with surrounding me with shooters. So you either worry about us hitting the three or you worry about me getting to the cup. And usually we hit a lot of threes because everybody's usually worried about me and not worried about my teammates. And as you can see, they got off. There's a lot of games where some of my teammates got off when I was under 20 or something like that. So I think it's just very hard that when I got the mindset that I know I can kill every game, then I think it's hard for somebody to stay or hard for a team to guard me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys have, a bunch of you guys are going to be going to one level. I've known Jake for a long time. Your fellow team from this area. So it was great, seeing him succeed with you guys in River. Pierre, you guys are phenomenal shoot. I forget, came from Arizona State.
Kyle Fight,
Yeah, him.
yeah,
That dude was. Oh
yeah,
my
he got the
God,
strap.
he
He
can
got the
shoot.
strap.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten to play around a lot of talent. Like before, you're the only starter from last team. So what was it like, really, helping these guys get into the playing style of Indian River, helping you guys since you were the only guy coming back?
Uh, I really didn't know what to expect, to be honest, because I didn't know who. I knew some of the players, but I really didn't see everybody who we had until the first day of campus. So I really didn't know what to expect. But I knew like I said, coach does a good job at recruiting and so like that. So I knew he would just get similar to what we had. So I feel like all the practices we had that helped everybody figure out what this team was like, and then going through games and stuff like that. Uh, as games went on, people slowly figured out their roles and stuff like that too. So it was a little challenge at first, but I think towards the end, towards the beginning, middle of the season, and that's towards the end of the season, it got a lot better and stuff like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that helped propel you guys all the way to the national tournament. Talk to me a little bit about that vibe. I know nationals didn't exactly go the way that everyone wanted it to,
Yeah,
but still making it to the national tournament is a huge deal for the team. What was that feeling like when you guys got the call? You were heading to Hut.
everybody was excited. I for sure was kind of excited. I was kind of excited, but I was like more so like surreal about it. Like, damn, I really like led this team to the national tournament, which is a big goal for everybody that's in JUCO, I think. So because everybody doesn't really get to experience that Hutch experience. So when you make it to Hutch, I think it's like a different feel, stuff like that. I was telling some of the freshmen when I said we only have like two. I was telling like Tyree, Tyree Bryant, he's one of the other starters. We room together a lot, and he's in my apartment, so I talked to him about it too. So I was like, if you can get to Hutch as a freshman, man, it's a different feel. I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of people get to it. So I think once you get to Hutch, that just opens a lot of people's minds.
Mm-hmm. And you, Northwest Florida, who ended up winning national, and Chipola, who won state. All three of you guys from Region 8 made it to national. Region 8 has so much talent. You talk about those teams alone. Team FSW was ranked nationally this season. San Jose was ranked nationally this season. Hillsborough has some talented players as well.
Yeah,
Talk to me about the talent in Florida. I mean, there's just so many players that are going to be on from here. So,
yeah.
Florida specifically.
I think Florida. To be honest, Florida has the best JUCO in my opinion. Ain't nothing like Region 8, but there's just a lot of teams in Florida who who all kind of deserve a chance to go to the nationals. But it just sucks that Florida only gets three teams that gets to go to Kansas. I feel like if you add any other Florida teams besides us three that made it to the nationals, I feel like they would have a pretty good run up there too in Kansas. I think Florida just has a lot of good talents, and some teams usually don't. Like some teams that play in certain regions, they usually kill the regions. But I feel like when they run into certain Florida teams, it's a different ball game.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, a lot of guys from all teams going to be Division One level, including yourself, heading to Stephen F. Austin next season.
Yeah.
You actually signed at the beginning of the season. Most players usually wait to the end of the season to get more offers. What was
Yeah.
it, Stephen F. Austin, that made you decide to sign so quickly with them?
So I had coaches. I had a lot of coaches talking to me at the beginning of the year, throughout the season and stuff like that. But they was just, I think they harped on me and were more aggressive throughout the whole year. And I always talked to my coach before the season started. I was like, at whatever school that I'm like out of the schools that were talking to me, like I already kind of like I usually like list them in my head. I usually have them down already. So I told them like out of these, like whichever one I usually offers, I'm probably just going to end up committing to go there. And they were just talking to me a lot throughout the season, and they showed me what they wanted me to come and do to leave for the season and stuff like that. When I get over there, so I kind of like my role over there is kind of the same role I have now, but it's just on a bigger stage, the next level. So I just felt like that was the biggest fit for me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stephen F. Austin is a great. You're doing what you're doing. There's no doubt that they're going to be heading to the national tournament in March.
Yeah.
They just made the move to the WAC this season, 22
Mm-hmm.
on the regular season. They made the CBI tournament because New Mexico State, Sam, all of them, they had a very tough conference over there as well.
Yeah.
And still ended up third in conference standings. So they had a great season. They dominated the Southland over the past.
Yeah, they did.
And then of course they had the highlight win against Duke a few years ago, where they totally upset the number one team in the country.
Yeah.
What about like? Do any of these stick out to you? Is there any specific part about SFA that really drew you in besides the coaching staff coming at you hard?
The winning atmosphere and stuff like that. I think that drew me in, and I think the pieces that they're going to surround me with is also a big reason why I chose that school. And plus, I kind of want to get out of Florida too. Not that I wouldn't stay in college for Florida, but kind of wanted to see a different view and stuff like that. So, and I heard nothing but great things. One of the kids that were here before me at Indian River, he went to Stephen F. Austin too, and he said he loved it out there also. So that just made it all better.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great vibe, and it's good to get those other experiences as well. Like I said, moving out of Florida, everyone loves Florida, but sometimes it's good to get that new experience.
Yeah.
You spend 2 more years there because, like I said, you spend your extra year
At Indian River. Yeah, so I think I'll be able to get my bachelor's after the next school year, and I'll be a graduate athlete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's awesome. That's awesome being able to get your back. A lot of guys don't really focus on getting their degrees. That's good that you're thinking about that already. How happy are you that you get that extra year of eligibility because of the whole COVID that happened?
I'm happy. I'm pretty grateful for it. I think that helped me out in the best of my entrance. So I'm not really down on it. I know some people, like other than me, but probably could say different. But I feel like that helped me a lot, and I was grateful for it. So I'm not really tripping on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and no doubt in my mind that you're going to have a great season. next couple of years at Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah,
Help lead them, to WAC championship, go on to March Madness, do your thing there, keep on dropping points, dropping dimes like you always are.
yeah.
I'm really happy that I got to have you on here, man. I play against FSW the past couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
I had to have you on here. You're a player, man. So I know you're successful at SFA. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it.